Hello, dear friends. To have beautiful ideals is not to be foolish or naive, if they are accompanied by benevolent and intelligent cunning. Trusting in divine providence is what keeps us strong to fight for survival. To be pessimistic is to fall into defeatist negative programming that leads to self-destruction. Pessimism is not realism, because we each create our own individual and collective reality. We are what we think we are. Opinion piece. A new world. More and more of us. Your soul yearns for change. Time frames are changing, transforming reality, tearing down the old paradigm. So much is happening. I make all things new, in quotes. It's going slower than a turtle, but this is not time to hesitate. Individual freedom and collective happiness. Kindness can be very contagious. Forces of light secure victory. United Nations calls for an end to the war in Ukraine. European bishops call for war to stop. China proposes 12-point peace agreement. Let's start. What we are seeing now are not signs of the end times. They are signs of a new world emerging. Everything is falling apart and dissolving, and this creates an opening for the new reality of light constructs to take its place, says Mark Bachman. The wheels are turning and the process is moving, but at a slower pace than a turtle. It feels like Groundhog Day in an unknown dimension. Bound people are told to come back every day. You come back tomorrow, in quotes. Remember that 19th century phrase by Mariano José de Larra? This has been a glorious career, ups and downs, controlled emotions, sometimes without control. But here we are, ready and waiting, grateful and nervous. Thank you, Lord, for choosing us all. Ideals. In a New World was a song performed by the Spanish singer Carina, with which she came second in the 1971 Eurovision Song Contest, which allowed her to shoot to her first film as the protagonist. In quotes, at the end of the road, the dreams you carry in you will come true. If at all times in your walk you have filled life with love and truth, sang the chorus. Is a new and happy world possible? I think so, but it is yet to be built, and it must be conceived by building bridges and with the desire to unite and achieve peace. In order to do so, we must know and appreciate ourselves, reach our true essence as human beings, and thus attain true freedom, and from that freedom relate with love and respect to the rest of the beings that make up this world. Violence cannot be fought with more violence. Only by generating an awareness of love, of respect for all forms of life, will we be able to contribute to this transformation. More and more of us want a world of peace and solidarity. Kindness can be very contagious. Performing a random act of generosity can be as simple as sharing vegetables from your garden, complimenting a co-worker on his or her flashy new tie, or praising the manners of a well-behaved child. You can even get others to follow your example. In quotes, behold, I make all things new. Soon it shall come to light. Shall you not know it? Again I will make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. The wild beasts of the field will honor me, the jackals and the ostrich chicks, for I will give water in the wilderness, rivers in the desert, that my chosen village may drink. This village I have created for myself. My praises shall they publish. Isaiah 43:19-21. Transformation. In the coming days, weeks, or months, we are going to see major change, from politics to the economy, and even in the media. Although they are reluctant to fight to their last breath, knowing they have lost, their aim is to continue to cause trouble with what little illusory power they have left, should humankind let their guard down. This would be the final Armageddon. This war started quietly and was very hidden, and remains so to this day, although it has become nasty and too blatant. It is going to break down the world as we know it now. Everything that was not built on truth is going to be dissolved. Wherever there is an imbalance of energy, transformation will occur. This applies to the family, to work, to education and belief systems, to finance and economics, and of course to the political arena. However, when a society is bombarded by unnatural ideologies 24 hours a day, it tends to change the minds of those with limited awareness. This is why, as a society, we find ourselves in the current situation. The majority want everything spoon-fed to them, and whatever it is, they will consume it without realizing its effect. Opinions. According to Ilan Clark, deadlines are changing. Get ready now. Feeling nervous? Are you co-workers nervous? The big ugly is a tipping moment in the giant iceberg of public opinion as fifth-generation warfare emerges into public discussion. The big ugly is a time of collective expression of knowledge which will bring about a change in the social order. According to Limerick, our lives are being challenged in our careers, relationships and circumstances. Of course, reasons will arise for not stepping forward, but this is not the time to hesitate. Your soul yearns for a vibrant change, a new harmonious reality in unity with all life. They will persuade you to follow their plan, and it will sound convincing and plausible, says Yeshua. Be wise and aware that spiritual warfare is taking place. The fight is on. The battlefield is the earth. Innocence is lost. The divine plan is for his children to be taken care of when the time is right. Prepare the mind for the change that is coming, all for the evolution of our soul. Awaken your neighbors. Inform those whom you can. The war between good and evil is over, says Archangel Michael. Yes, there are those who are trying to hold you back, but their time is fleeting. They are losing the battle, and indeed they have lost the war. The battles may continue, but the war is over. We will not say the word soon, but know that the great change is very near, the great realization of the coming revelation of truth. Jared Rand says that we don't have much time left. In quotes, there will be no nuclear destruction. Everything has to be disabled. Earth is scheduled to go into the fifth dimension. There is big news. We are coming to the end of the game. Game over, which means the end of the control of the dark agenda. The events ahead will shock the sleeping public to the core. It is what you do in the present that will redeem the past and therefore change the future, wrote Paulo Coelho. There comes a day when you realize that turning the page is the best feeling in the world, because you realize that there is so much more to the book than the page you were stuck on, said Zayn Malik. But I believe that before you turn the page, you have to read it to learn the lesson. I closed the door to my past and opened a new door to walk through and move forward into the future. I have renewed hope in my heart, a spring in my step, and I will make the next chapter of my life unforgettable. Keep your eyes open and your feet moving forward. You will find what you need. Leading or Leaving a Void by Steve Biko. According to Archangel Michael, if no light workers were to move into leadership, then there would be a massive void, because many have not yet learned, adapted and integrated the new tools, the fullness of this new energy. So when missionaries who are not of the light are assigned to create and take on the role of leadership, they do not have the capacity or the knowledge to do so in a way that is workable. Then there is an absence, a vacuum of leadership. Message. The forces of light ensure victory according to Aurora Ray. The necessary steps have been taken on the planet to move it in a more harmonious direction. A few more steps must be taken before you are ready to ascend with Gaia into the fifth dimension. Know that you are not alone in this process of transformation, but embark on a journey with many of your brothers and sisters from other star systems. Some of them know you through past incarnations on Earth, as well as on other planets. Earth is evolving into the fifth dimension, and humankind is being pushed to evolve as well. The fifth dimension has already begun on the planet, as many people have been experiencing and witnessing more of it in the last year. We have worked tirelessly to clear the way for the full awakening of humankind and contribute to our collective understanding of what awakening really means. A time of unprecedented awakening is upon you. The planet has reached an apex of energy that is changing the consciousness pattern of humankind. These changes are tearing down the old paradigm and creating a space for a new one, a more positive, loving and peaceful reality. We feel immense love for you, and if you yourself would dare to feel this too, there would be no cause for any of the suffering you have endured. Our ascension process will be coordinated with you. You must be in alignment with our energy field. Not all people can handle this energy, especially those who are not aware of it. There will be some strategies to follow at different levels of your daily life. So, whenever you have some free time, just relax. Allow your body, mind and emotions to be free, because many people lack control over their body, mind and heart. They are not aware of what they are doing, thinking and feeling. It will cause them to move away from the light of the ascension process. So, all you have to do now is to relax and watch these things. Just watch your body. Watch the movement of your body. Keep an observer's eye on any tension or pain in certain parts of the body. Don't get involved, just watch. Then you will be surprised to find that your pain is gone, that the tension is no longer present. Watch your thoughts. Be aware of what are you thinking and how you feel at that moment. When you pay close attention to them, you will find that your activities slow down and lose intensity. Then you will feel a deep sense of calm flow over you. You are moving towards your inner core. You are adjusting your frequency to that of the fifth dimension. Only then can you understand what it really means to relax. You will find yourself in a truly peaceful state of mind. We do not suggest that you relax for 24 hours. It's not necessary. You can continue with your usual routine. However, do this relaxing mindfulness procedure for 1 hour every day while you are fully awake. The terms relaxation and laziness are not equivalent. In fact, A lazy person is not a relaxed person. Even though he is not physically active, his mind continues to produce more and more thoughts than a person who is engaged in activities. You can carry this awareness with you for 24 hours if you practice just 1 hour each day. As a result, you will be more active, creative and loving, because you are no longer divided. You will not make any mistakes in your actions. Everything you do comes from your core as a whole. For some people, it will be difficult at first. It is due to the previous conditioning. You will achieve balance, rhythm, and harmony if you practice for a few days. Once you connect with the harmony of the universe, you will be full of it. Then, wherever you go, you will radiate the grace that has filled you, and people will recognize it. Now you have done it. Your higher self has guided you to this important step. You have evolved and emerged into a new reality, beginning your journey through the new frontier, that is the birth of the fifth dimension. Breaking news. The UN General Assembly calls by majority vote for an end to the war in Ukraine. European bishops call on the international community to stop the war in Ukraine after a year of conflict. China releases its proposal for a solution to the Ukrainian crisis. Beijing sets out 12 points that could be followed by the parties involved to end the hostilities. Respect the sovereignty of all countries. Abandon the Cold War mentality. Cease hostilities. Resume peace talks. Resolve the humanitarian crisis. Protect civilians and prisoners of war. Keep nuclear power plants safe. Reduce strategic risks. Facilitate grain exports. End unilateral sanctions. Keep supply chains stable and promote reconstruction. Fire at the crude oil storage facility in Veracruz, Mexico. Wall Street closes a week to forget and drags the Dow Jones into the red in 2023. The US acknowledges the resilience of the Russian economy in the face of sanctions. The US spent at least $1.5 million to shoot down 3 unidentified aerial objects over Alaska, Canada, and Lake Huron, the Wall Street Journal reports. The US has developed an additional 20,000 military personnel to Europe. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.